so upset, but I just got uncomfortable. Yes.
Look at the
What's up,
man.
little man?
Dude, so how is it? How is the father life?
It is amazing every second of the day. Um, I will say this: you want to you want to establish um a sleeping regimen now before they even get here. So like if Devonna's pregnant, so it's pretty much going to be you. But I would say you want to practice like staying up like at least like 4 to 5 hours after you would normally go to bed.
Yeah.
And okay, man, I hear you.
I already do
Okay,
that.
we're doing the headbutt now. Okay, we're upset. Hold on. Okay, I I hear you. I hear you.
Special
Yes,
guest.
we're really upset. We're really upset.
He's gonna he's about to have a
Yeah,
best friend running into the house, running around soon enough.
Yeah, right. Little mini me.
Right, dude? I mean, like I was telling you yesterday, dude, like when I got promoted, I got pictures and stuff I can post up later. But Amelia, that's all she wanted was tanks, dude. She's
You want
legit.
what?
God,
Yeah,
I gotta mute. Okay.
you're good.
Ain't nobody boy. Ain't nobody boy.
She's legit a mini me of me. She called me while I was streaming earlier because they're out running errands now that because I guess like I told you yesterday, Devon had COVID, but the doctor's like, yeah, dude, you're perfectly fine,
Yes,
and
That's
second.
good.
yeah, she's all
Yeah,
good
it's weird
now.
how it spreads. So that's
Yeah,
good that you get it.
dude. All right, so I was looking at Snapchat, right? It said COVID makes the man's penis shrink. I can't make this up. I can't make it up what I
Right.
saw. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I need every inch I can get.
Right?
It's
Dude, it's
not
it,
good.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'm so over it. Like I know I pissed a lot of people off with my views of the shit, and I'm probably going to, but dude, I'm coming from the military background. They don't give a fuck. Straight up.
What about COVID?
Yeah, they care enough to be politically correct, but after that, they're done.
Did you? Well, they require everybody to get vaccinated, don't they?
Yeah, so either you have to get vaccinated or you're getting like kicked out and stuff. They're now doing like a $50,000 signing bonus to sign up
I saw
and
that.
and
I don't like that.
and get the shot, dude, and get it. It's like,
Mm.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a little weird. I saw somebody talking about that, and I wasn't sure if it was like an immediate sign-on bonus or like spread out over a
So
couple of years.
so the way the bonuses work, like I can speak to that because I got my bonus and shit. The last
Mm.
contract I re-enlisted for, you get a big lump sum of it, and then they tax it, and then everything else comes back. But with like the initial enlistment bonus, you can make it to where uh it's spread out. Like you get some after basic, and then you get some like every year that you enlisted in and stuff to
Okay.
make it kind of like a more spread out type of deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're the only military guy out of all of us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of saw it coming. I mean, seeing the way all my family is and shit.
Yeah, I think me and my dad are the only ones on his side of the family that didn't go to the military.
Yeah, I mean, I know you know my little sister, and I know Nigel does too.
Mm-hmm.
Anna, the oldest one out of that fuck up. Let's refer to it as that fuck up for now. But yeah, like she decided to join and she messaged me and stuff and she's like, I'm joining, like, what do you think about me joining the military and all this? I'm like, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Like I
That's what
know,
everybody says when
yeah,
they're in it.
dude. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I fucking love my job and I love it just because I've had the whole upbringing and shit to where I can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's too much of that. Oh hey, hand me, like, give me it. This, you're gonna get day one from getting into the military. You're gonna get yelled at constantly, man. Like
Oh yeah.
I, I still yell at people today, and I still get yelled at, and I'm the second highest ranked person in my platoon, and I'm still getting yelled at on a daily basis.
A bunch of hollering.
Yeah. I'm not as high strung as I used to be. I'll tell you that. But
That's good. That's because you get to fire a big ass gun.
dude, I spent all day Friday. I know you and I talked last night, but I spent all day, or no, was it last night? Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah. So you already know. I spent all day yesterday in the simulator. Like, dude.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
I get.
That'd be fun. I'll do that.
Yeah, if you get to sit in the simulator all day.
Yeah.
Play VR games.
I guess
that sounds cool.
Closest thing to that being real is like a drone pilot.
Yeah.
It's not a simulator. It's like a simulator, but you're just ghosting people from a desert.
Right.
Oh, I had this old soldier that got out. Well, didn't get out, but he reclassed from being a tanker, and now he's sitting in basically a Connex somewhere, miles away from the battlefield, flying like little drones like that. That's all he does now. I'm like, dude, that's fuck.
Like one of the big drone pilot areas is in Nevada.
Yep.
Out in the desert.
Yeah.
Literally across the planet. Like,
yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. No, look at him. Look at him. He's like,
oh yeah, we got little man's back.
Right? He's got the bottle, and he's like, just give him a beer, dude.
No, he's not. He doesn't live in Wisconsin. You don't have to do that.
Right? It's like, what is it? That TikTok or whatever? It's like, my parents had a kid 18 years apart or some shit. What? I don't know. What do you want, a beer? He's 4. I don't know. What do you want me to do with him?
It's like when all the old boomers and whatnot would rub whiskey on their baby's lips.
Yep.
Right.
Especially for teething. That's
It's like.
How's the dog with them? They like joined at the hip. Joined at the hip.
No. He keeps his distance.
See, that's different.
Is he like protective of him?
Well, he's pretty
Like,
protective of the household, but he hasn't really shown too much of a difference with him being around.
I mean, that's good. See, that's what I gotta worry about when because now Shelby, my blind one, she's attached to Devana's hip every time. Like Devana's home.
Oh,
like
wow.
if she's not at home, Shelby's always around her. And Shadow, and obviously my black lab, she loves being under the blanket. And it's like, all right, y'all, like I'm starting to wean them off laying in the bed and everything now, because like you guys can't be jumping up here. Shelby obviously being blind, she's just gonna jump up on the bed and then all of a sudden just sit on the kid. Knowing me and my dark sense of humor, I'm just gonna start laughing.
Right. Okay. All right, Mr. Impatient.
He's like, gimme.
Right?
Sucky.
How is he through the night so far? Oh shit, my bad, Forrest.
You're good.
We spent the first week and a half in the hospital in the NICU. And then after that, when we got him home, it was pretty rough. Now, for the most part, he sleeps about a good 4 to 5 hours in between feedings. So it gets down to at least like 2 feedings a night sometimes. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just when he doesn't want to sleep after the feeding is where I'm saying like you gotta get in the habit of being up past like the normal times that you would or anything like that, or making a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or setting an alarm 30 minutes before you have to get up or something like that. Because I'm telling you, you think you're prepared for it. You know what I mean? To be up, you know what I mean? To wake up and shit. It gets grueling after the first like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It gets fucking hard.
Well, that's what's gonna suck. Like the army now, they changed their policy and stuff. So I get 21 days after the baby's born for like leave and stuff. So like I'll be home for the first 20 days, but after that I'm gone, and it's gonna Yeah, it's gonna suck.
That's why
Yeah.
you guys remember Claudia, the German lady who stayed with me while we were in high school? She was like an intern teacher from Munich.
Oh wow, no.
She just had a
No?
baby. Well, she's had 2 kids now over the last couple of years. She hasn't been to work in 3 years, and it's all like paid leave.
Yep. Yeah.
Crazy. And we hear they're just like, "You get 2 weeks. Get the fuck back to work."
Well, see,
Yeah,
yeah,
It's like, okay, well, I don't know.
that's
Well, it's
crazy.
insane.
because I know the females when they give like they're pregnant and stuff. They like, I have a friend of mine. She's my supply clerk, and she's pregnant, and she just stopped working Thursday, the Thursday after we went back to work because she was like due any minute. And just, like they're just like they were trying to make her work constantly. I'm like, dude, if I were you, man, I wouldn't even show up to work. Like, I'm sorry, like you're like this like little short 5 foot chick, like and she ballooned out too, and I gave her all the shit because that's just who I am, and a lot of people are okay with it, which I mean, know your audience. And I'm like, look, man, if I were you, I wouldn't be showing up to work. She's like, I really don't want to. I'm like,
Right.
but
Yeah,
now
that sucks.
once she gives birth, she gets more time off than the guy, which I mean it's understandable because you're putting your body through all that shit.
I mean, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
but
she
like
just a lot more time overall to like for families to
yeah,
be home.
because then
There's
you
no program in place, that gives you
no
enough time. It feels
yeah,
like.
and like right now
Right.
I keep telling Devonna, I'm like, hey, just take off, like you don't need to keep working, like just stay home, like because it's hitting her, like the pregnancy now is starting to hit her because it's starting to get close to the end, and that's when it
Mhm.
starts hitting
Yeah.
her. It started hitting her with the other two, and now it's starting to hit her with this one, and then like she ended up catching COVID last weekend, like started
Oh
it
no.
last weekend.
Yeah. He
So
needs to stay home.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I keep
you
telling.
just relax.
I mean, I can't force her to stay home. But then like the stress. Her mom's in the hospital and it's been in there for a hot minute, so like she's just got all this stress, and I'm like, look, I'm trying to do what I can, but at the
Yeah,
same,
keep her as relaxed as you can, man.
yeah, at the same time, it's like she just wants to do everything and be there for everybody. It's like, look, I get that because I was kind of that way growing up, but then at some point you just gotta say, you know what, fuck this, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's like
Especially
I
since she's
struggle.
pregnant, she's got to put herself first more than anything.
Yeah, big time.
Mm. This is
Because
probably a little bit of a
Mhm.
sidebar, but like I I struggle with taking time off. I feel like maybe that's just like the corporate drone side of me. It's like I have all this PTO I can take, but I never take it unless I'm like gonna go somewhere.
dude,
Like I never give myself like a day off just to relax.
I
Like
wish.
it's
I mean,
so like sacred. It's like fuck, I want to use that time to go do something, not just sit on my ass like I do all day anyway. It's like,
right? See, I
and
wish.
then you need that like recovery time, like just to unwind and relax and get ready for just recenter yourself. It's hard to do
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, I wish because the military is like you get 2 weeks in the summer, you get 2 weeks in the winter for leave. Cool. I mean, yeah, you could put a 4 day pass in once a month, and hopefully it gets accepted. But I mean, man, sometimes, I mean, it's nice with the people I work with now, and the guy, our platoon sergeant, he's like, yeah, dude, like if you need a day, just take the day, here and there and whatnot, and like we get it. We're getting ready for deployment, so everything's hectic like crazy. Dude, we
Yeah.
worked, let's see, Monday, after working Saturday, we worked Monday till what, 6:37. Tuesday, I don't think people got out of there till 8:30. And then Wednesday was another 6:30, 7:30 late day again. And then last night, I got home, and then right before I got home, or right after I got home, you and I were on the call for a little bit. And
Hmm.
it's like, dude, sometimes you get stressed out, and then they want you there at 6:30 for PT, and it's like, oh, don't get me started. I would. We were just talking about this. Like if the military started at like 8:39 every morning and didn't have to do PT, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Just another 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
but like let me go do PT on my own. I'm not that type of person that has to go to the gym every other day or some shit to be able to pass my PT test. You know,
Yeah.
it's but
Hey, at least you're working out. I'm trying to stay in a routine.
Yeah,
3 days a week.
dude, I'm so broken. My knee, I hate running now. And it sucks because
I don't like to run.
I miss it because, all three of us grew up playing soccer. Like we
Mm-hmm.
all did it and I
My
loved
team
running.
sucked dick, but we were
I mean,
good.
yeah, that's for sure.
I
But
think we
man,
won probably 4 games in 4 years
yeah, pretty
in high
much.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had one goal and that was against fucking Tech, and other than that,
Yo, Tech was wild. Because everybody that played soccer in the team also played football.
Yep.
They were huge, and we're just like these small soccer players. And we're
Yeah.
getting tossed around. That was the one game I got carded because I was like on defense. I'm like, you know what, fuck these guys. And just like, wow, hip check. And then immediately got like decked by one of the other guys.
Yeah. See,
Ooh.
I mean, see, and that's where like the army tries it because they're like, no sports during PT hours. You guys are gonna get hurt. And I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna get hurt doing regular things. But
Right.
every
In the
place is
army.
yeah, every place is different. Like they'll do like 1 week a year where they have like sports week where everyone's competing against each other, and somehow every
Wait, hold
year.
up. Army has a football team.
Yeah, but that's college.
Oh, okay.
That's all the officers
Ooh.
that are trying to get that are gonna come in and then tell me how to do my job better because they went to college, and I'm like, yeah,
All
just
right,
go
you see.
go sit. I'm like, go sit at the computer. Let me do this. Let me deal with these people and turn wrenches and stuff. You go sit back at the office.
That's the government's secret super soldier program.
Right.
Super sheeple program. ROTC.
But every year, as long as I'm like not on deployment, not doing some kind of training, I always somehow find myself back at the soccer, like part of the soccer team.
That's
It's
fun. I gotta get back into it a little bit.
I want to, and that's why I can't. Like I'm hoping when I come back home, like there's still someone that still wants to do it. Cause
Are you moving back to Wisconsin at all? Or are
yeah,
you staying?
yep, yeah, I'm moving back to
Okay.
Wisconsin. I'm gonna end up moving back just because it's gonna be a little bit easier. And like when Devon Brody's gonna be 3 going on 4 by the time I get out. So I don't want to
You
keep
gonna buy a house in the falls or something?
I'm gonna find someplace a little way away from people, honestly.
Do it. I live downtown right now, and it's fun, but I don't
Yeah,
want to live here forever.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I just want some kind of a yard. I don't want my neighbors too close to me. You know.
That's fair. Yeah,
But
Wisconsin.
Greenville.
No, we moved back to Charleston.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we bought a house in Charleston. So
That's cool. I like Charleston.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, it's not too bad.
Dude,
Um,
I love you. I love you and everything, but I don't expect me to ever move down to the South again.
Mm.
oh no, I
Geo
wouldn't expect it.
Georgia was the worst experience of my life.
Oh,
Georgia.
well, you also live like it seemed like in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah,
Like I mean, the base was like 20 minutes from where your birthday party was, and your birthday party was like in the middle of nowhere at this bar.
yeah,
Like, I would have hated it too, honestly.
yeah.
What you doing?
Sounds like a place
Dude,
full of white people.
I, I don't know. That was just bad. I mean, everything with that, and then the whole divorce and everything. Like
Yeah.
the whole Georgia left a bad taste in my mouth, and it's like I'll come visit,
Bad juju.
but yeah, let's go on.
That's like kind of why I want to get out of Milwaukee.
Yeah, no, I mean it's nice to get away from home. Like I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did it when I did, and like I was telling Forrest yesterday, Nigel. It sucks like the way it happened and everything. Like it kind of like seemed like
Hmm.
I just like up and left and shit. But at the end of it, it seems like it all worked out for all of us in the end. Especially you. I mean, look at you now, happily married, got the little man right there.
Oh, you
Yeah, you
talking
guys are
about the apartment and everything?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When we had the
Oh
apartment
yeah.
and
I
shit.
mean, you had to do what was right for you. You know what I mean? There was no denying that. And like you said, the path that you took, ultimately led you to Nirvana and now having your own child. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was no, don't go to sleep because we gotta change a diaper. Yep.
No. Yeah, he's knocked out. Look at him already. 2 seconds.
Right, right. But yeah, it was. I would say I would say honestly, everything that we went through was definitely what shaped us into being who we are today, or at least led us down the path that we should be on. Okay, we're done. We're done. Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
mean, you guys
yeah,
are
it
both
was.
family men now, so that's good.
Right?
Yeah, Forrest, it's time for you to join the bandwagon eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I
No
was
rush,
almost there.
but
I was almost there. You met the one girl I was supposed to marry.
that true, true.
Yeah.
Move,
But
Chaka.
glad that didn't work out.
Broom.
That turned into a whole shitstorm.
Yeah.
Oh
Ow.
man.
I'll
Ow.
get there. I'll get there.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's no
No,
rushing
no
it.
rush. Yeah.
There's no rush. Yeah, take your time.
I barely
But
know what I'm doing with my life. So,
Same. Look.
oh boy.
oh, we're all just spinning through the universe.
Right?
Right.
So, I mean,
Okay. Take your time.
I,
Oh, now it's funny, huh? Okay. Well, thank you for leaving me whatever surprise you left. Yeah.
Hey Nigel, how's Mama doing?
She's doing good. She's feeling a lot better. From everything.
does she miss being pregnant?
I don't know. Do you miss being pregnant? Yes.
Yeah.
She said no.
Oh, she said,
Yeah.
dang. That's surprising. Because I know, like, Devonna was telling me, she's like, yeah, I'm going to miss it. But right now, I don't want to be at all. She's like, I can't get comfortable in
Yeah.
bed. I can't eat what I want. Like, the
Yeah.
child is
Yeah.
literally mine. Like, she's
I can't even
craved,
imagine what
she,
that's like.
right? Like, she craves cheese. And there's literally a Wisconsin-owned cheese curd place out here that has authentic cheese curds. And, like, I get them from time to time. And I get a couple bags to last me for a while. More like 2 days, but,
Like fresh cheese curds? Or
Yeah,
fresh?
oh yeah. No, the fresh cheese curds.
Nice.
And she eats them and then she's like, me, I'm not supposed to have any dairy. I'm lactose intolerant up the
Are you
ass.
really?
Yeah, I am.
What?
Yeah.
Why did that happen?
The last couple of years.
Okay.
It's
I'm
bad.
lactose too.
Yeah.
I knew
Not
that.
fun.
I didn't know Tyler was.
Yeah, no, my body is shut down. Like it's shut down a lot thanks to like the stuff I've been doing. And it's like
I eat cheese for you.
I still eat cheese. I still drink milk and stuff like that. and I still have ice cream, but it like my body is like, you did that, now pay the consequences.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Ice cream, like, oh.
yeah, and Devana was never lactose, but now since being pregnant, she can't even stomach the
Boy.
smell of like milk and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I think that changes your body
Oh, wow.
chemistry a little bit.
You know, and like
Mhm.
the only soda I would drink would be root beer. The entire pregnancy, she's been craving root beer floats and root beer.
Hmm.
It's
That's
like
funny.
I'm like, yeah, this is definitely my child.
I would
Yeah.
say the same thing happened to Ladena when she was pregnant. She started to crave more spicy stuff more
Yeah.
than anything.
Mm.
Yeah, it was more than what she would normally eat or normally could stomach. Okay, we changed the diaper. We're done.
See, I think I'm kind of glad that I'm not really that big. Like, I don't mind the spice, but I'll eat
Ooh,
like I'll have
I'm
it.
hit
But
or miss. I'm hit or miss with spicy foods. It's like I enjoy it as long as it's not too hot, but then my asshole really does not like it
it's
at
all
all.
right.
The hot snakes are real.
oh yeah. And then we got a nice barbecue place out here. So speaking of spicy food, we had that yesterday, or yeah, yesterday for
Ooh.
lunch.
Mm. Well, that I can handle, but like Indian level spicy, no way.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know.
why are we
Like
upset?
like that stuff. Like I love curry. I wish I gotta find a good recipe for curry.
Yeah,
'Cause I-
curry
Curry,
is good.
curry chicken's good. 'Cause curry alone
Mm-hmm.
isn't really spicy. It's all that chili and
yeah, I mean, if you make it into like a soup type of thing, then it's not
yeah.
terrible.
Or if you add like coconut milk, that's how they balance out the heat.
Okay, we're
Coconut
so
milk.
upset. Wait, how about this?
He's like, Dad,
Ooh.
you literally woke me up. I was sleeping. I could have been
No, he woke
fine.
himself up. He did that one big fart and woke right up.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've done that. You fart, scare yourself, wake up.
Mm-hmm. It was cute. The first time that he ever snored was the first time that he snored so loud he woke himself up and it scared the shit out of him.
Oh
He was
no.
sound asleep and he was like,
That's
and he
funny.
woke up and he looked at me like, what the fuck just happened? And I'm like, dude, that's all you. He just instantly broke out. It was hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle having a kid right now.
I got two of them.
Oh
You
yeah.
want one? I'll give you one.
Nah.
You want the devil or do you want the good child?
Neither.
Nah.
It's like
Yeah.
a dog.
I got two of them.
Oh, why are we upset?
I mean,
Why
dude,
are we upset?
like
No.
Shelby's just a
Oh
pain
no.
just because she's blind and she wants to
Poor
like bark at
Shelby.
everything. My alarm goes off,
Mm.
can't sleep in. She just starts barking. Shadow, she needs to be the center of attention. I'm like, dude, look, there's three other females in this house. You gotta take a back burner, dude. But the kids love playing with them, so she gets all the attention she needs. And then I come home and she's like, all right, come on, Dad, come on. You left me home with kids. It's time. Come on, let's go sit in the let's go sit in the office. Like she doesn't even like when I come home, she's like she doesn't even need to be like don't need to go outside or go for a walk or anything. And she's like, come on, let's just go sit in the office where no one's gonna bug us. Just let me sit in my bed and relax. Because by that point, she's
Yeah.
tired. She's worn out. She'll still have her energy, but she's so worn out, and she's just like, man, let me
I've
sleep.
always had dogs that are like super chill.
Yeah.
My youngest dog, he's just basically a stuffed animal. It's great.
Yeah.
He just goes, looks. He's very friendly. He rarely gets like the zoomies or excited, and he just eats and sleeps.
Yeah. See, like Shelby, like if I wanted to, I could have Shelby out of the room right now, and the only time she'd like make noises if she heard like something like a car, like one of the cars that goes by because I live on the main road, or like someone knock on the door or something. Then she'd get up and she'd start barking, and she'd just keep barking. Other than that, she'll lay on the couch in the corner and be zoned out until someone starts messing with her.
Yeah. God, being a dog must be so easy.
Right? Play with me. Give me treats. All right.
Yeah,
Go to bed.
love me, feed me, go outside.
And now the kids.
Basically all I do right now, anyway.
Oh, now the kids. Devonna talked the kids into getting a damn cat while I'm gone. And
No.
I'm not against cats. Like, I don't mind. I grew up with cats and everything. But she talked them into getting a hairless cat.
Oh, what the fuck?
Dude, like, no, I don't want a fucking hairless
weird.
cat. That thing's ugly. No,
They're so
like,
weird. They look like ball sacks.
yeah, exactly. That's what I said. And I'm like, no. And we have this conversation all the time. Like I was streaming earlier. We were playing, me and my buddy Tripod, we're playing, The Forest today. And I got
that game is
dude,
crazy.
that game is fun. It's
I
definitely
played it a
fun.
little bit, but I was playing with people that were already like had beaten it. I
Yeah.
had no idea what I was doing. I'm like, this is just horrifying.
But we were playing, and she calls because they were out doing errands and stuff, and I slept until after they left because they took the oldest one to school, and then
Mhm.
I stayed sleeping for a little bit longer just because I was exhausted from last night. And they call and they're running out. She's letting me know what they're doing. They're out running errands and things, and then she's like, "I want a hairless cat, Dad." I'm like, "No, we're not getting a hairless." And I sat there for like a good 15 minutes, just arguing with a 3-year-old about a hairless cat.
Yeah, it's just funky. I don't know. I mean, I love animals, but to have one as a pet, they gotta have some standards.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm like, fine,
When it comes to cats, like I got certain requirements for cats. I've only had like the last girl I dated had a cat straight from hell. Ugh, every time I went over there, it would attack me, bite me. It's like then she got another cat, little kitten, sweetest thing. I helped raise it. It
Yeah,
was super nice, and I was like, oh, maybe this will show the other cat that I'm not like evil or bad or whatever. But nope, that thing just had something wrong and just kept attacking me.
yeah,
There was one night, like I spent the night there, and I was in bed and I wasn't asleep yet, and this fucking thing came onto the bed, and it was like tiptoeing. I'm like, I can feel you, and it was crawling alongside me, and like climbed out of my chest, and then stared at me.
oh my God, no.
Oh god, it's about to bite, and then it was like, it like tried to bite me, and I grabbed it by the neck and I threw it across the room. I was like,
Goodbye, Satan.
yeah, I'm like, you're lucky I didn't just go, like just snap that thing.
Yeah, no, I like cats. Like I was saying, my dad had cats growing up, and they still have cats. Like, but it can't be hairless. Like, I get it. I get where she's coming from because both these dogs shed like crazy when the weather changes. They're just
Yeah.
terrible. But fuck, man, I'm not getting a hairless cat.
No, it's just pet and skin.
Yeah, like no, those things. One, they look ugly. Two, they're pretty much just disgusting. And three, they're all evil. Just not doing it.
Yeah, right. Who was I think was Doctor Evil? Did he have a naked cat?
I don't think it was a hairless. I don't think was it a hairless cat?
I don't remember because there was some in the movie.
Because I know he.
I don't know.
No, it was No, was it? It wasn't Doctor Evil. 'Cause I know what you're talking about. He's like just sitting there petting, and then he turns the
Yeah.
chair
Oh
around.
no, it was like a fluffy cat.
Yeah, yeah. And I like fluffy cats. Like, cool.
Yeah.
They like to cuddle.
Favorite
They're
cats are cats that act like dogs.
well. You want a dog that acts like a cat? I got you.
No.
That because that's definitely Shadow. Shadow like get on top of my couch and like walk on the back of it. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? But I mean, there's something else. I'm waiting for them to really see how it's gonna be with the baby because they haven't been around. I mean, they're fine with kids, like, but
Not like a yeah,
baby,
like an actual baby.
yeah,
I mean, it should be good. I think I feel like most of the time animals are pretty instinctual when it comes to small kids and
yeah,
babies.
for
'Cause
sure.
when I was a baby, like I have pictures from my parents. Their dog at the time was just like a little guardian. would always hang out and snuggle up and everything. So,
Yeah, that was the cat that my dad, that just passed away. I think a little bit ago. That was my dad's cat, and because I didn't have dogs growing up until,
mm, yeah,
well, so
I don't know. I feel like having an animal as a child is like a very overlooked perk.
yeah,
Good bond to have.
yeah. Especially if you get like the puppy and then the baby. Like the baby's like learning how to walk and stuff, and then you get a puppy for them, and then they're all
Yeah.
grown up. That's kind of what I wanted to do, but I'm like, nah, these guys, they're shit. What are they turning?
We already have 2 dogs. That's like
Yeah, I hit my 10-year mark in a month, so they're turning 7 this year, and they're
10
get
years.
yeah, I'll be at 10 years in February.
Wow.
But both of them are turning 7, and then a new baby. And I'm like, I was thinking about it. And I'm like, do we not want a puppy to grow up with the kid? No, because these two are still rambunctious as hell. Like they're still gonna run around and act like a puppy. It's like, so no, like we don't need. Like you want to get a cat, get a cat. A hamster, get a hamster. Go for it.
I will say that cats are a lot easier to train. Not train, but
They really don't need too much.
handle, I guess, because they're very independent.
Yeah.
So,
Clean out
if
my
you can
litter
leave 'em home,
box.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is weird though. I don't like that. They shit in the house. It's gross.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, they've made litter boxes that hook up to the toilet, so as soon as they go, it like flushes itself. I would get that, but I'm not sharing my bathroom with a cat. I don't like. I don't like.
You go in there at like 2 in the morning and take a piss, and there's a cat just squatting on your toilet.
Yeah, right. Like I already. Every time I go take a shower, my dogs have to be with me. I'm like, I'm already sharing the shower with my dogs. Not that they like getting a bath, but if I'm in
Yeah, I
there,
just want to be in there.
yeah, it's like, all right, come on. I need 5 minutes.
Cold nose poking your leg in the middle of the shower.
All right, dude. Like between work and not getting any like privacy type of deal, you come home to kids and it's like, come on, this is my freedom. I'm in the bathroom taking a shower. Leave me alone.
Oh, that's where that like extra 5 minutes just sitting in your car is just pure bliss.
Yeah.
You home? Not yet.
But Dad, we can see you out the window. That's not me. It's not me.
I'm on a call. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right.
I'll be in a second.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely rewarding with the kids and the dogs. Keeps me on my toes. Otherwise, then I don't know. I'd probably be just sitting around doing a bunch of nothing.
Yeah. No, I'm happy for you guys, man. That's great. Eventually, I'll get there. But
Yeah. I don't.
know. I gotta figure out what I want to be doing, and I think I just want to travel around a little bit, and then see if I meet anybody along the way.
But yeah. I mean, it's no point of like rushing anything for sure. I'm not saying like any of us rushed anything. Everyone's taking their own career path, but
yeah, we're all very, very different
Yeah.
careers and locations. So
yeah, it
all
is.
started at MPS.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Never again.
No,
Are you
what a disaster.
part of the Facebook group page for MGS or MGIS? Holy crap!
I don't know. Maybe.
Because I think I got added to that a while ago, and it just like I look back at it and people are asking questions, and it's like, what happened? Like, 'cause it just seems like a lot more complaining that's going on,
yeah.
and that might
Oh,
just
yeah.
be part of the world we live in right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the whole education, especially here, education system is like degraded very quickly.
Yeah,
And then with COVID and everything going virtual, people are like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna complain.
yeah. I mean, they went back. They go back to digital learning on Tuesday when everyone goes back to school, and it's like,
Yeah, MPS is virtual for now, but I
I'm
think
still here, guys. Just baby duty.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah, no worries. Yo thing.
Hey, it's okay.
You can hear it in his
Where's this thing?
voice.
Oh,
I know,
it's
like
hey man.
the first couple months. But once they get past this and they start sleeping through the night, he's gonna be like,
Yeah,
kid,
it's a lot
kid.
easier.
Yeah,
Oh, you could have left him. I'm just coming back.
Till he learns how to walk, then you gotta really keep an eye on him.
yeah. Start chasing him, put him in soccer or
Mhm.
something right away, and be like, all right, here's all your energy, wear it out,
Yeah, or just around the house, like take your eyes off him for a second. You're
dude.
doing
Gone.
something bad.
Yeah. Like I gotta move a bunch of my stuff. Like right now, my golf clubs are sitting in my living room. I'm like, I gotta move these. 'Cause I had them in the back of my trunk, but what did we? It started snowing, so I'm like, I'm taking these out. But now I might actually go
Oh,
go
it's
golf
okay.
on Monday. It's supposed to be like 50, 60 degrees out here.
Oh goodness, life is so rough.
Yeah, I can't really do any of this stuff like what we used to do back in high school anymore, just because we're all getting older. I gotta
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
these old people games like bowling and golf.
Oh, dude, I hate bowling.
I love it. I
I get
sucked,
so,
dude.
I get so bored.
I got we went bowling for New Year's Eve. We took the kids bowling and stuff. I got my ass fucking whooped.
Hook me up with those bumpers.
Yeah, I should. Like that's what
Right.
Devonna was telling me the entire time. She's like, "Do you want bumpers? Like, do you want to bowl for the kids?" I'm like, "I hate you."
Oh, you know what is fun though? Like the mini duck pin bowling. Have you ever done that?
I think I did when I was in
Mini what?
school.
Like duck pin bowling? You have like the
Duck?
bowling ball is the size of like a softball, and the
Yep.
pins are half the size, and the lane is also half the size, and you just like whip it, and it's a lot
Wow.
of fun.
Because I think
And it's
I gotta
usually at a
try
park.
that.
Yeah.
there's one place when I was in school and up in Columbus. We went to one of the clubs that had that. It was like kind of like one of those hipster bar type things,
Mm-hmm.
and we stayed for a little bit. We saw that. And I'm like, that looks
It's
cool.
kind of like skee ball, I guess, but
Yeah,
you're not trying to get it in a hole. You're just still hitting pins.
yeah. I want to go. My thing like lately is Top Golf though, like for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
we don't
Top
have one
Golf
of those.
is fun.
That and then
Quite
Dang,
fun.
out here they
you're
have a
missing out.
oh what we're
Oh.
missing out. I think I don't know. He said we're missing out, but I don't know if he was talking to us or
Oh,
No,
maybe
the
he
you
wifey.
did
said,
because I said I don't have
yeah,
Top
I was
Golf.
gonna say
Yeah.
Forest didn't have Top Golf.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah, they
don't. They
have one
don't.
in Green Bay, which
They
is
put a
weird.
top. They put a Top Golf in Green Bay, but not down there.
Yeah, probably because the Packers.
Hilarious.
Yeah, maybe. There's
Go
a
Pack.
across the street from the Top Golf out here is a 3-story go-kart place
Oh, that's fucking sick.
that you can go like 55 miles an hour on,
What?
Oh, that's real cool.
and they don't care if you drink when you're go-karting, and it's like
Is it all
yes,
indoors?
yeah, it's all
Wow.
indoors.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
I,
cool.
I wish the go-kart place.
Excuse me.
Oh boy, somebody had to burp.
Man, I don't know if it was me or Takai who had the milk.
It's alright. I blame the dogs and the kids for everything. I fart or something. I blame the dogs.
The dog farts are the worst.
It's bad, especially like shadows, like because you won't even hear her, and it'll just come out of nowhere, and it's like,
The dog. What are you eating? Room. Get your ass in the room. What the fuck is wrong with you? Lay down. Lay down.
he's like they're preoccupied with the child. I can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to eat plastic off of the floor.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay. I built a fire pit in my backyard, and I burn things all the time, just because it's easier than my like cardboard and everything. My
Yeah.
shadow will go out there and just start eating things after it's been burned. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
You
Oh,
built a
dude.
fire pit, Ty? How did you do that?
Dug out the
Did you dig?
ground. Yeah,
Mm.
went to Lowe's,
That,
used Pinterest. I'm like, I'm feeling artsy
yeah,
today.
that's awesome. Haircuts are
All
fun.
right. Send me what you used, or send me everything that you looked at, because I've been wanting a fire pit myself, but if I can make one, I'd rather do that.
Hell yeah, I
You have
got
to.
you.
Is there like did you have to look at the city requirements,
I'm
or
sure
do
I
you just do it?
I'm sure I should have.
Because I feel
There
like
you go.
some
You
places,
just put that shit up.
Yeah,
some
I
places
did.
frown upon it, but like I don't know.
Dude, I'm just
I
like
would
my
just do a quick Google, but whatever. You can just fill it in if you need to.
I'm so like my dad. Because my dad did the same thing when he was building his deck. I'm like, hey, do you look up the city ordinance for this? It's like, no. And then here's my mom. Well, we probably should. I'm like, my dad's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean a fire pit's not a big deal. I feel like I don't know. You can just fill it in if it is a problem.
Yeah,
But
I
like in your area though, did you have to? Were you restricted on fires at all?
I am. So if it's like too dry or whatever, they'll let you
Mm.
know and stuff. Like there's like a notification that comes out thanks to these smartphones we have nowadays because of the area we're
Mm.
in. It'll be like, hey, look, it's excuse me, it's too dry of a day. Don't have any fires or whatever and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for a while, we couldn't use water because it was like we were in such a drought last year during COVID
Hmm.
because it didn't rain or
Your part of the
anything.
country's been on fire for like 3 years.
Yeah, there's that fire that's going up in the north, like up by Denver and everything.
Jeez.
And I didn't even
It's
know.
up in the
Yeah, it's up in
the
the
mountains.
mountains. Yeah,
You buddy.
Hmm.
and I didn't know about it until my uncle's wife posted something like, "Does this affect you?" And I didn't even look at it. I'm like, I didn't even know there's a wildfire going on in Colorado until this. I'm like, well, damn.
When is there not?
Yeah,
Seems like they're all over the place now.
yeah,
Because when we were out there 2 years ago, we were up in like the Indian Hills or Indian Peaks Wilderness,
yeah,
and there was fires like not super near us, but within the vicinity where some of the roads were closed. We're like, oh, okay, but
yeah. It's
I don't know. It's just kind of it's like they're so sporadic. They're like all over the place, but they usually don't get out of control, which is good. But I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. That was like maybe that was California. We're just like burned down everybody's homes.
yeah. No, that was definitely Cali that burned everything down. It's
Yeah.
my buddy was out there and he sent me some Snapchats of it. I'm like, well, dude, you can always come back to Colorado and live with me. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm like,
I would never live in California.
God, no. I think I would end up moving back to like Georgia before I moved to California. Like I hate going to California for the 1 month I have to a year every now and then,
California.
but shit's hot,
I
dry.
like to visit. I hate LA, but Southern California is cool. I do want to get to San Francisco at some point just to see it.
Yeah. It
And
doesn't seem
then,
like it'd be that bad of a place to if you're just visiting for like a weekend or some shit.
yeah, definitely like a visit spot. But to live there, no thanks. Especially LA, no. I would rather live in a gutter.
I see like if so there's two places like before I met Devana, there was two places I was planning on moving to. I was either gonna move back home or I was gonna move back to Washington. I would go back to Washington in a heartbeat if I could. Like army wise, if they're like, hey, you can go back to Washington, finish out your contract there. Right now, I
Mm.
would go. I would leave. I would go, because that place. Not only did I have like the best first 2.5 years of my life there, I met a lot of really cool people. Like some of my family's still up there that I didn't really get to hang out with the first time, just because I'm like, eh, you guys are,
Yeah, I got family out there too. It's beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful state.
And then you got Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle might be the bum capital of the world, but there's
Mm,
so much to do up there.
maybe. I feel like Oregon's kind of taking that over a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only time I went to Oregon is because of the Halloween town that they have. Like they actually
This
shot it
tree's
there,
Halloween.
and it's all dressed up like it and everything. which it was
Is
a
it,
nice.
is it always like that, like year round?
Yeah, it's like that year round.
Oh my god.
But then they do something for Halloween and stuff because where they shot it, like that place is literally how it's set up. Like they
Okay.
didn't they
This is
didn't
like a
have to like.
Hollywood set that they never took down.
It wasn't even really a Hollywood set though because the buildings are straight buildings. They were functional and everything.
Yeah.
It's just
They just like created it for the movie and they're like, you know what? We
yeah,
just live here.
yeah. But it's a nice little
That's kind of
place.
cool.
I mean, it's not as like a lot of people would spend like hours there, and I'm like, dude, it's like a 30-minute walk around everything, see the nostalgia, take the pictures, and then dip
Yeah.
out. Because I mean, they do spruce it up a little bit for Halloween, have like this little carnival going on, but other than that, eh,
Hmm. I don't know. Those little, that's like the shops that are Christmas all year. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, I can, I'll in and out in like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But
they definitely have one of those in Georgia by where I was stationed, and I didn't even realize it. I'm like, it's Georgia. We're just walking on the beach, no, not the beachfront. What do they call that? Crap. Can't think of what they call it down there. Um,
the
but
shore,
it's not really the shore. It's
that's the
on
East Coast.
it's on I think it's on the ocean. It's out in Savannah and stuff. And they got a ship out there, they do the ghost tours, and then there's just like this little shop just tucked away and it's just Christmas everything. Nutcrackers, ornaments.
Yeah.
They're playing Christmas music all day, every day. I'm like, I no, get me out of here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't do
People that
Christmas.
celebrate a holiday all year round, a little much.
Yeah, like Christmas music needs to start after Thanksgiving. Those people who are
Agreed.
those people that are like, it's Halloween, oh, Halloween's over, it's time for Christmas. We'll take a week break for Thanksgiving, but then it's back. I'm like, no, people.
I didn't even have any Christmas decorations this year because we moved to this apartment in August, well, July technically, but I didn't buy anything.
Yeah,
Like any decorate. I'm like, it's only gonna be. I'm not gonna live here for that
forever.
long.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy these little decorations that are gonna only go up for a month. It's like
yeah. I
not gonna
still,
work. And it's only me and my buddy. It's like we don't need a. Kind of a Grinch this year, but whatever.
yeah.
We got Halloween decorations, so we left some of that up for until
Chris,
Christmas.
nice. I still have my tree up, but that's just because I haven't taken it down. Because as soon as Christmas is over, it was like right back to work. It's like fuck.
Yeah, that's
So
fine. I like the trees. Trees are nice.
yeah,
All the lights and everything.
yeah. No, I got these LEDs that I can screw with. That'll be
Yeah,
Christmassy
I want to
enough.
do that with my room.
Yeah, they weren't that bad. Dude, Amazon has become a fucking friend of mine.
They have everything, which is so sad but so convenient at the same time.
Yeah, it's made this whole introvert lifestyle of mine just so much better. So
Oh yeah,
much better.
don't have to go out as much, and they have everything you want.
Yeah,
No, but it's Jeffrey Bezos.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I don't know. I think 2020 and the whole COVID thing when that all started definitely helped out like DoorDash, Grizzly, Amazon and stuff like that, and it definitely skyrocketed all that shit for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It sucks though, because like a lot of those bigger companies just mooch off of the workers, and they're
Oh,
like Uber, especially. It's like,
yeah,
oh god.
yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, yeah, I use it, but it's like, oh, I know you guys are a shitty company.
But it's just so convenient.
Yeah, it is.
So Drizzly, um, it's an alcohol. It's like DoorDash but for alcohol,
Mm.
and I'm pretty sure it should be where you are because my buddy I think he was using it, but it's not just. It's literally just an app that takes like maybe 5% or whatever because of the convenience fee, and the company themselves has a driver, like the actual store or whatever has their own driver that drives off the alcohol and does everything else. So
That's kind of nice. I don't know if that flies here or not, because we we have a lot of drinking laws, because everybody here gets so drunk all the time.
yeah, Yeah,
How late can you buy liquor in Colorado?
midnight.
Jesus.
Midnight's the cutoff.
It's still 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, fuck that. And you can't buy it on Sundays too.
No, you can. Here you can.
Can there? I know, like in Georgia, you couldn't buy it until 12 o'clock or till noon, and it stopped at like 10. Like
Oh, weird.
if you were buying it from like a
Minnesota.
store or whatever.
They had that law in Minnesota. I think they just got rid of it. But here, that was never really a thing.
Dude, I couldn't do it. Like I looked at it the other day, like I think it was New Year's Day. I was streaming and I was out of beer, and I looked. I'm like, I wonder if they're still open. Cause I'm like, it's New Year's, people are gonna be gone. I'm
It was
like,
a Saturday, wasn't it?
yeah,
Was it
yeah, it was a Saturday. And I'm like, thank God this place is still open. I ordered 2 cases of beer. Sure as shit. 30 minutes later, the dude shows up. He's like, hey, here's your beer. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, you want to see my ID? He's like, dude, you've ordered from us every other fucking like week. I don't need to see your ID anymore.
I want to see if we even have that service here.
Dude, it's great.
Grizzly?
Yeah, Drizzly.
Grizzly, Wisconsin.
It should just be in the App Store, and you should be able to just get it.
Oh.
Because that's what I use.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
It's got the little
Are you
bear.
21?
Yeah. Oh,
No.
can't. No. Yeah, but no, like the laws out here with it, they have to like scan your ID and stuff, and then you have to like sign
Yeah.
it too. But every time I
I
pull out
live
my,
like right next to a grocery store, so it's
I live. You know what
I
makes
would
it even?
never use
What makes it really worse? Across the street, kitty corner from me is a liquor store,
it.
and
I mean, I also work at a brewery, so
yeah, and I still get my beer delivered because it's like I don't want to see people.
there.
Hey, what are you munching on over there?
Sheboygan.
Pizza? That's what I got too.
Wait, what? Here. Yo. Okay, never mind.
All right. So, have you been recording this the whole time?
Yeah, I got a recording.
Okay. So, I'm still, I'm still like a little lost, like as to what exactly this is. So, are we?
Get classes to fucking privates that are stupid as fuck.
Mm,
These,
Like training.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could like have like a hot button topic every like one or two that we just kind of go back to. We started out with, and then obviously the conversation will go from there, and then bring
I
it
mean,
back.
I
And
just
then
wanted to more so pick your brains, like I said, so that way, you know what I mean. I know so I'm not just like sitting here like Ricky Bobby every time we talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, hi.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wanna at least be on the same page. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, I wasn't
Mhm.
expecting anything concrete, to happen right this episode or right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just Yeah, you know what I mean. I just wanted to see like, okay, where are we all thinking?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's fine.
So
That's fine.
I know like one thing I brought up earlier. I don't know if you were I think you might have been busy, but me and Forrest were talking about it for like a quick second. That whole like I read on Snapchat through Daily Mail or whatever today, that COVID is shrinking men's penises if you catch it. I'm like,
Mm.
what the hell?
That's
Well,
pretty
Yeah.
wild.
Yep. I saw the topic like
that's what I'm saying.
I'm like I'm done.
No thanks.
And
We
that
already had COVID. Well,
yeah. And I'm like nope.
Like that put a whole new spin to getting sick. I mean, shit. At this point, fuck that. You know what I mean? At first, motherfuckers are thinking like, okay, like I'll catch COVID because maybe my ass can get off work. You know what I mean? Like I can get maybe a week off. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I can take the hit. You know what I mean?
Oh
I got
yeah.
PTO saved up. I'm fine. You know what I mean? No, you release some shit like that. No, fuck that. Keep your ass away
Yeah.
from me. You cough.
Okay.
Uh.
I just looked it
You
up.
you sneeze.
Guy,
Right? No,
Stay
you
the fuck
stay your ass
away.
away from me.
this guy claims his penis shrank 1.5 inches.
Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I only saw
1.5.
I saw
I'm
the cover story and I'm like, nope, I don't even want to read it. I don't believe it. Fuck this.
Oh,
but one but think about this. 1.5 inches, that's some serious shrinkage. That's
it
a
is.
serious accusation.
COVID doesn't
You know what I
last that
mean?
long.
That's about
Well, it
all I
can't.
got, all right? Shit.
Well, I need to see some real. Yeah, right. Like I need that extra. Give me all I can get. None of this is like real news though. It's all like
Yeah,
shitty
I mean it's all the
news.
tabloid shit. It's
Business Insider. Like they're okay, I guess.
That's wild. I mean, hey, I guess that'll keep people in shape, you know what I mean? Give
Long-term
everybody
side effect.
everybody Oh,
These
yeah, that makes sense.
seem to be left with a lasting problem. A penis shrunk. Apparently due to vascular damage. Doctors seem to think it's likely permanent.
fuck.
Hmm, okay.
Damn.
Nope.
Wow.
So
That's not something you hear every day.
fine. In November, a group of urologists put out a PSA in honor of National Impotency Month, warned people to get vaccinated in order to save the future of boners.
Save the
I'm
future.
sorry,
That's a quote.
there's a National Impotency Month. There's
There's a
a
month
month
for everything.
dedicated to all the slow swimmers of the world.
Yeah,
Well, fuck.
gotta
Oh,
say hi to the short
I didn't
butts
know that.
sometime. Said disease,
I didn't know.
disease
I did
could
not
cause
know that.
erectile dysfunction and leave them with COVID dick. This is
that's
these are quotes from a health organization.
that's the medical
COVID dick
term.
and save the future of boners.
COVID dick.
What kind of world are we in right now?
I've heard of whiskey dick.
But not
Yeah,
COVID dick.
but this is like a quoted like medical person saying this.
Yeah, that's
COVID dick.
that's crazy.
Why can't it make your dick get bigger? It's always got to be something bad.
Dude, like when I saw that on the news, it was like COVID has mixed or formed with the flu. I'm like, all right, just
I
fucking
saw that.
burn the world and start over.
It has to
Yeah,
do
that
with
one was wild.
COVID toes.
Like, cause like my whole thing behind it, and me and Forrest got talked about it a little bit yesterday and a little bit earlier today. Being in the military, COVID's there, I guess you can say, and I'm gonna put up the air quotes just because, but I'm around these
We
people.
can't see them because you're not on video.
You can if you're looking at the stream.
There it is.
Yeah, if you
I
look
can
at
see you.
What
in Discord,
stream?
look at Discord.
Yeah,
I
I had to
am
figure this
in
out when I
Discord.
came on.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Go to
Tyler, I don't.
I look
What,
life.
this thing that says watch stream?
Yeah, click on that.
Nigel, I was just as confused as you were.
Oh, fuck me. Tyler.
I'm like, who was talking to me? And then I found the video.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't like your confusing setup, sir. Like,
Well, it's because so you can't have one
I'm
webcam
used to my
work on
corporate meetings.
two things. So like if I have it
oh,
and I already have it set up on my OBS for when I stream and stuff. So I'd have to like disconnect it from OBS and put it on Discord, and then I'd have to click and drag it like I did for both you guys to get your cameras up here working. And it's like,
okay.
so I just
Well,
left.
it was just misleading because I'm seeing your face on this thing, and I see you talking from it, but I'm like, I don't see him moving. I don't see any video coming from his thing, so he's just like being antisocial and shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like put your cameras on here and not have one up and running. I just did it a backdoor kind of way, just so it'd make it a little bit easier to
The
recording
back door.
purposes. The back.
Right, right.
But
Minor things in life.
hey, some of us are married and don't get those pleasures, all right?
Ooh,
The back door. Like the finer things in life.
oh, y'all nasty as hell.
He's like, I gotta get in the other room, all right? But no,
I
like,
mean,
Some of the ladies out here be nasty though.
right?
I've been out the game for quite some time, so yeah, I'll have to take your word for it on that one.
Hey,
I can only imagine nowadays some of the shit y'all might have to go through,
yeah,
or some of the shit you have to go through for us.
yeah.
Man, working at the bar. Well, it's a brewery, but they get a lot of chicks that come in there because a lot of colleges around. And
Hmm.
it's funny just overhearing some of those conversations. It's like, huh?
Dude,
Oh, okay. Girl
like,
was like, yeah, I'm wearing a butt plug right now. I'm like, ooh, okay.
okay. Or the ones that like
Don't
have
stand up too fast. Jeez.
the ones that have like the little tail attached to them, and it's like, dude, what the
Oh my god,
fuck?
I yank that and see what happens. So like,
That's my fear. Is you know what I mean? They get up and something like snags it, and they haven't taken a shit or something like that all day, and it just like it all just comes
yeah,
out right then and there.
like a cork.
Yeah,
Cause,
on a shitty bottle of wine.
dude, you think your conversations you hear at work are bad? You should hear the one like
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine what. Yeah, you
there's
guys
a
are probably raunchy as hell.
no, like I can't like there was one dude that was obsessed with people that came from Georgia because apparently like the rumor around the military is everyone at Fort Stewart like they're like they all eat ass. I'm like, dude, get the why no like
ES.
I
like
mean, I imagine a lot of the conversations you guys have surround around like dicks or asses.
yeah
Just just off kilter,
Nut to butt.
it
unfortunately.
it's bad. There's a lot of stuff I can like can say. There's stuff that I won't say, and there's a lot of stuff that we like that everyone jokes about that I'm just not gonna say, and we're just gonna leave it to the imagination.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, well,
Right.
not that far, but I mean, it works. But like, back to the whole COVID thing, it's like, look, man, we wear masks because it's mandated by the federal government inside a building. Outside of a building, we don't. And they're like, yeah, you need to wear a mask while you're inside your tank. I'm like, dude, I'm not wearing a mask inside this tank. Like,
Yeah.
it's already fucking one hot as fuck. Two, it's already claustrophobic as hell. Three, no, just not happening. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I wear a mask when I go out places, but I don't know. It's just so weird because I feel like people just don't care anymore. Like when it first happened, people were like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is kind of crazy." But it's like year two, and it's just as bad right now as like when it first started. I feel like
I
you should be wearing a mask,
Oh,
but
I gotta blame the
I
media
I
on a
was
lot of that.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say there's a lot of wishy-washy, you know what I mean? And I don't even
very
think it's a lot of the media, you know what I mean? I think there's just a lot of misinformation We're not misinformed. There's just a lot of information going back and forth. You know what I mean? Like Forrest said, when this first started, everybody was listening to the CDC and what Fauci said and everything like that. You know what I mean? Because everybody didn't know what the fuck was happening. You know what I mean? Then there was stuff coming out, you know what I mean, from articles and medias and secondary sources that were like, okay, well, the CDC and Fauci's lying. You know what I mean? All of this, all the numbers they're spouting aren't the real numbers. You know what I mean? It's way less than that, or it's way more than that, or it's something in between, or something like that. So then half the public's now swayed because they're like, all right, well, if this isn't the true numbers, then it may not be as bad as they're making it seem. So then that's when the lackadaisical aspect, comes into play. People stop wearing the mask as much. People stop, you know what I mean, standing 6 feet apart. You know what I mean? They start gathering them more than groups of 10 and 15 and 20 and stuff like that. And then from there, you get the CDC coming out again with another variant that scares everybody back into, snaps everybody back into it again. You know what I mean? They're 6 feet away with mask, and then again, somebody says, okay, well, this is a lie or something, or the government isn't telling the whole truth, which I can understand they may not be telling the whole truth, you know what I
Well,
mean?
they
But
never do, but yeah.
right, it's again, I guess I can understand it to a certain degree, but it's a lot. There's no common ground besides the fact that this is a
There's not at
pandemic and
all,
people
yeah.
have died. You know what I mean? Besides that, but like how people tackle this, there's no common ground because you got people who don't believe in the vaccine. You got people who
Hmm.
believe in the vaccine who are still getting sick. You know what I mean? That's scaring them. You got people who get the vaccine, aren't even affected. You got people who don't even get the vaccine, who've never even experienced COVID a day in their life. So there's so many different ways that this has affected people. There's so many different outlooks on it that there's no common ground for us to really be like, okay, this is how we should tackle it, and let's all just get on the same page.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think
It's so
I think
hard
that's a
to,
lot of it.
yeah, it's so hard to get anybody, especially in our country, to anybody focused on one issue for more than like 2 weeks at a time to begin with.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you have all these different viewpoints, and everybody's like, well, they think that way. Well, fuck them. I'm gonna do it my own way. It's like, oh, that doesn't help
Hmm.
at all. Like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. And
I'm
then,
So counterproductive.
yeah.
because I
So it's
know.
just, and I work in pharmaceuticals, and the job that I just left, they help work on the vaccine a little bit. Not directly what
Hmm.
I was working in, but my company was involved with it. It's like the technology's been around for a long time. This is the first time they've really been able to deploy it. But even within like the medical industry, people were still like wishy-washy and like, I don't know. It's like, well, okay, well, like that doesn't help because you're in the field, like you're the ones working on it, and you're still. So it's like
Unsure.
really hard to like you said, just to get everybody on the same page. It's like, well,
So
fuck, like how do we even handle? Like it's gonna be around forever at this point.
so there was an article I think I read
Yeah.
at the beginning of COVID, like the COVID pandemic, um, last year when it started, or 2 years ago, whenever the fuck it started at this point now. Um, it's like the first known case of COVID was back in 2008, from if I remember correctly from the article I read. And my first thought was, okay, so if the first known like case of COVID was back in 2008, why are we just now building a whole fucking virus or a shot for it and all this shit? And like going back to what
Mm.
you were saying about like getting the shot, not getting the shot, people seeing COVID and then getting the shot and whatnot. Um, the military mandated everyone get the fucking shot. Like if you want to join now, you got a $50,000 fucking signing bonus just to get the shot and join for 3 years. Like,
Mm.
I mean, they're incentivizing a fucking shot, and if you have to incentivize to get something, to me, that doesn't seem all too like too worried about it. Like I said, Devonna tested positive for it last week. You know, same bed, same house, everything.
Yeah,
The kids don't
that's like
have
when
it.
I had it.
I don't have shit. Like I can't speak. Like she only lost taste. You know, like she lost taste and lost that appetite just because she couldn't taste her food. And I think a little bit of
Hmm.
that like loss of appetite has to do with the baby and stuff. And like I'm not downsizing COVID, just because like I haven't like fully did a bunch of research from both sides of it or whatnot and shit. But I do have to side with like the media plays a big part in anything that goes on in today's world. You know, media
Yeah, the media's
this
awful.
because like I was saying, like I work with so many people that have COVID, like tested positive for COVID, and then they were perfectly fine. I have one guy who tested positive for COVID, and he's like, I was just weak for about a week. It just felt like a flu without throwing up. And then he's like,
Right.
there's another guy
Yeah,
who had
it
it.
just affects people so randomly.
Yeah. And then I got another guy who just tested positive for it last week, and he was out for the 5 days, and he's like, I felt nothing. I went and got tested because my roommate got tested and tested positive. So he went and got
Yeah,
tested,
You
and
go
it's
to
like,
sleep with me to watch it.
one
I'm
of
like,
our buddies,
Okay, that's
he just
fine.
had it, and
Yeah,
he
I don't
almost
mind
had to go to
watching
the
it.
hospital, which is
You put
crazy.
him to
He
sleep.
was
yeah.
like super healthy.
So my uncle, and that's another thing too. My uncle tested positive for it right before Christmas, and was in the hospital for a week for it. And he's like,
Did
I
he
just,
get his
it's just hard
tonsils?
to breathe. And I'm like, and in my back of my head, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's got a lot to do with when he was in Iraq around burn pits and type of shit like that. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, if you have a compromised
immune
immune
system.
system or a lung, like some sort of lung disease or lung issue, it's definitely gonna hit you harder. Like when I had it, I could tell it was bothering me because of my asthma.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely harder to breathe, but I never had like fluid buildup or anything. It was just like really tight, and I was like, oh, this is not good. Like if it gets any worse than this, I'll probably have to go to the hospital. But it didn't, luckily. But I know, like obviously it has for a lot of people because there's been a shit ton of people dying
Yeah.
or just ending up in the hospital getting treated.
Bring him in.
And
But
that
I think it's
Bring
not
him in.
like yeah, it is a deadly disease, but not extremely deadly.
not as
It's
deadly
just
as
the
everyone.
volume at which it infects people is what's causing all these issues.
Yeah. It's like not like, oh hey look, it's not like cool. It came out of left field. Like it straight up came out of left field, and like yeah, cool. And it spread
China
so
did it.
rapidly. Yeah, because the dude ate a bat. Like, is that like was that confirmed? Like now that like
No,
that's the way it
no.
started, or it was made in a lab or some shit like that. Because I've
There's a
heard.
lot of like theories.
Yeah.
I had one guy I worked with who was dead set. He used to be in the military actually, in like germ warfare.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? This is exactly what would happen if this was man made and released on purpose. I'm like, okay,
I
I don't want to know that.
then you start
That's
getting
kind
into
of horrifying.
conspiracy theories and shit like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Dude, I had a soldier who refused to get the shot. Like when it wasn't mandatory to get the shot. Like it was still voluntary and all that stuff. And
Mm.
he's like, I'm gonna get the shot. Then we're gonna go to war with China, and then they're gonna release these little the little microchips in you, and then they're gonna find where you're at, and they're gonna turn you into this robot. I'm like, dude, you've been
Well,
watching
guess
too
what?
many fucking movies. Yeah, and
We
that's what I
already have
pointed out.
microchips.
Yeah, that's what I pointed out to
Yeah.
him. I'm like, and
Our
it's
phone.
funny. He bought his phone from China. His phone literally got shipped and everything. It's a Chinese manufacturer. I'm like, dude, you literally have China in your pocket. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about, man?
Right.
I don't know. They,
Yeah, it's crazy the mindsets that we have to deal with. And it's not I don't think it's even a problem dealing with them. It's the fact that in this day and age, if you don't agree with somebody, it's seen as like almost like a hate crime,
yeah,
especially when it comes to their ideas, you know what I mean, and just how they feel about something. And I think that's unfortunate because that has furthered and kept this spiral of COVID and the pandemic and misinformation and all sorts of stuff just continuously like looping around. You know, as like Four said, as we try our best as a country to come to one accord on how to handle this shit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's this country has ADD. It's
yeah,
really unfortunate because like if we all would have just stayed home for a month, like consistently, as hard as that is, and like I know a lot of people can't even afford to do that, which is part of the problem. Thanks,
yeah,
God. Um, um, like if we all could have just stayed home for a while, that would have greatly reduced maybe like I don't know if it would have completely stopped it, but like it would have definitely slowed the spread and maybe
Well, because
eliminated the chance for it to explode like it did. But
they say COVID
Mhm.
stays in your system for 90 days. So like even if a month
well, it's a
did it,
virus. Yeah, it's
yeah,
always gonna be in your body.
yeah,
Like,
it's
um,
like let's be
which is kind of wild.
I'm gonna be honest here. Like they said, hey, you can get 4 days off of work if you get the shot. I wouldn't got the shot right then and there.
Not.
Yeah, if you get the COVID shot, they're like, hey, you can get 4 days off of work. I'm like,
Yeah.
bet. All right, whatever. I
Well,
like,
I had it. I had COVID early on, like August 2020, and we were all working remote at that point, and nobody really knew anything about the disease or anything. So I was sick for like 2 weeks. And I took 3 weeks off of work, and they were like, "Nope, take your time. It's fine."
yeah,
Because it's like this wild new disease, and they're like, "Yeah, just take as much as you want, because we have no idea what's
What the
happening."
fuck's going on? All right.
Yeah.
yeah. See, and
And I
that,
lost my smell, which was so bizarre. And apparently, that's a sign of brain damage. So I'm like, oh, that explains a lot. And
Jesus.
but it's like, I hope that's temporary because I got it back within a month and everything. But
Right.
the long term effects of COVID, nobody really knows. Like, you have all these people that have like long COVID who are still months down the road after getting it, like unable to work or live like they were before. It's like you have this small population of people that get super fucked up by this disease. Then, like almost the majority of people doesn't affect them at all. It's like it's really hard to pinpoint exactly how it's affecting people because it's so random.
Right.
I think everybody should get vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not,
Just to be on the safe side.
I'm not against, I'm not against it. Though I wish there was like more studies and shit out there. Yes, just so they could like pinpoint everything, and there's not all this contradicting shit back and forth. Cause like me, everyone's like, oh, you gotta get your flu shot every year. I fucking dude, if I can refuse to get the flu shot every year, I'm refusing to get it. That shit knocks me on my ass for the fucking like 3 4 days, and it's like I don't want it. Like I refuse. I'd rather just get the flu at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, vaccines like the flu shot. I agree that that's voluntary, just because the flu's been around for so long and we know what it does.
Yeah. I feel like eventually that's what's gonna happen with this COVID thing. It's just gonna be another
Yeah,
yearly
for
shot,
sure.
either a yearly
Eventually.
shot or some shit like the flu shot because they're making this booster already. And it's like originally they're like, yeah, you're just gonna have to get this 2-part shot and then you're gonna be done. And then they're like, oh yeah, now you
Yeah.
got to get a booster. Johnson and Johnson did it in one shot. I like
Well,
media.
unfortunately, it's a virus, so it's gonna
Yeah,
mutate and
yeah, it's
fail.
gonna
That's
mutate.
Right.
the flu does that every year too. Like the
Yeah.
flu shot only protects you against a certain amount
Yep.
of the strains of flu, but there's like fucking hundreds probably at this point.
Yeah.
I'll quote like, but don't fact check that. Oh, we should fact check that, but no, I don't know. But there's so many different strains, and it's not gonna cover every one. That's the problem with COVID now. It's like, well, will it be effective against these newer strains? And that's why they're. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you're getting the booster because your antibodies degrade over time naturally if you're not exposed to whatever
Yeah.
substance.
I mean,
Right.
like you
I
like
get it.
look at chicken pox. Let's just throw this out there. Who did you guys did either one of you two get the chicken pox shot as a baby, or did you actually get chicken pox?
I got the shot. I never got the disease.
I got the disease.
So I got the disease too, and like there's like some things. Again, I could be completely wrong. My mind could be confused from different shit that I've read over years and shit. But from if I remember correctly, if you get the chicken pox, you're less likely to get measles. But if you get the shot and you've never got chicken pox in your life, if you do catch measles, it will be a deadly disease.
Yeah,
Like
like it's worse.
Wild.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or like shingles or something. I think is
yeah,
related to
yeah.
chickenpox.
And it's like it's just like shit. Like a lot. Like we have all this technology and stuff, and there's still shit going on. You know,
Oh
like
yeah,
there's
germs
groundhogs,
are crazy.
right? There's groundhogs out here in Colorado, like in the training areas and stuff, where people like lay on the ground, where
Mhm.
we're doing training and shit, that carry the black plague still.
Yeah, that thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a thing, which is
So
crazy.
it's just
That
like,
is wild.
they're like, yeah, that's why they're like, don't play with the wildlife. But like, if you're sleeping on the ground and some fucking thing bites you, you fucked.
Yeah,
like
you
the
got no
bubonic
choice.
plague and like rabies too. Like that
Yep.
hasn't been eradicated, but polio that's gone, which is good. And some of those other nasty ass. Well, measles started coming back because all those. Well, I don't know. The people weren't getting vaccinated, and they're having germ parties
Yeah.
for their babies, and they're like, "We'll just get immune from strange germs." Like, no, you're gonna get fucking sick.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what's gonna happen.
you got that, and then you got like I learned this when I came in to the military because when you come in, you get like a shit ton of shots to like keep
Yeah,
you from getting sick and shit. Like I didn't know people could be medically immune to hepatitis.
yeah.
Yeah, I
People
didn't.
have like natural
Yeah,
immunities
I
to
didn't.
certain things.
I didn't know that until I joined, and they're like, because I was like, how come I'm only getting
That's
one
why. That's
shot?
why the Black Plague in Europe didn't kill everybody because some people were immune.
Yeah, it's like,
Most people like I died, but some people are just like, I'm good.
yeah, like right now I hardly ever get sick lately, but if I get sick, it sucks. Like I was sick the week before my block leave for Christmas. Like it wasn't even like a sick. It's just like I had migraines constantly, which a lot of that stuff has to do with work, I think, and being around a lot of the chemicals I'm with. A lot of the tank, like I
Yeah.
have tank shit in my hands and my arms still from when I we were working on it, and like my headaches come and go. Like, and went to get them looked at, and the guy's like, "Well, if you don't have any other COVID symptoms, we're not worried about it." But
Wow.
then I had a sore throat, like it was hard to breathe and stuff just because I don't breathe through my nose. I breathe through my mouth. I went and got looked at. They're like, yeah, you don't have like we're not even gonna test you for COVID. It's a week before leave. Just here, take some cough drops and you'll be fine. And I'm like, man, our medical system
Uh,
sucks.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely
So,
needs some work.
but I mean, it took me a week. A couple other guys got sick because I'm pretty sure it was just strep and it went around. After that, it's good to go. But
Right. But fellas, I'm gonna have to cut this one a little short.
that's all
I
good. I think
gotta go back to
baby
tending
duty.
to
Dad duty.
properly duties. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This looks like it's a good spot anyway. So,
Yeah, no, it's
yeah.
all good.
But
Cut it off.
what day are you guys looking at doing this next time?
like I said,
What you want to do, like next Friday or this coming Monday?
anytime. I mean, I'm off Monday night, or Monday, so I'm good Monday. Uh, you guys are probably the ones that are got a little less flexible schedule than I do, because
I'm off Sundays and Mondays, so Monday works good for me too.
so I can usually flex them
Okay.
whenever.
Mondays like 7 my time. Nigel, you probably what, an hour ahead of me?
I
9:30 by you?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's what 7:30 by you?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're all like a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, Monday should be fine for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it works out.
All right.
So yeah, we'll
Sweet.
see, and then we can work on some other stuff.
Yeah. I'll
if you,
bring a topic
yeah,
for next time.
that's fine. That's
Just
too easy.
share
NFTs.
with you or something.
NFT. Yeah, hey, I'm totally down. I don't know how any of that shit works, so fucking.
I kind of do now, but
Yeah,
we
you're
can
gonna
talk
have to
about
show
it
us.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to walk us through that because I could
Yeah.
draw
There's all
something.
these
You know what I
10-year-olds
mean?
making money. Why not? Why can't we?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, for sure. Monday works, and then I can start working on. If you guys throw out some ideas in the group chat, I can start working out like some other like thumbnail type of deals or whatever. Cause
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, and like an intro or like some music type of deals that we can put in the background. That's not.
Yeah, I was thinking,
Yeah.
after we get a couple of these going, we can take some sound bites and create like a goofy
Mhm.
intro or something.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Just get wild,
All right,
just get weird
fellas.
out here.
All right,
All right.
yo.
All right, guys.
Latest.
Catch
Later,
you
later.
later. Peace.
Peace.